I'm going to stick at quarterback, Josh Rosen.
Okay.
I mean, his career's at stake. He's only 24 years old. If he bombs in training camp and the reports of him are bad, he doesn't complete many passes, he doesn't get many reps, and the Niners cut him, there's a legit chance that no one signs him, even to be on the practice squad. He needs to show, like Jimmy Garoppolo needs to show he's still starting caliber and that he like still has the passion to play in the NFL because he's a B quarterback when he's healthy. Rosen needs to show that he has any life in his career because so far he got to the league, was a first round pick, which was really an honor in retrospect, embarrassed himself on draft day saying that thing about other teams making mistakes ahead of him. He's on his fourth team and he's about 2 months away from spending the rest of his life playing tennis in a country club, being like, I was in the NFL, I got screwed. That's where he's that close to that. Or he could be in a position where he plays great in camp. He does really well in training camp, in preseason, and his career starts now.
I mean, at 24 years old, that's a very real possibility. And people forget that he is that young. And again, he has the excuse of, man, Arizona gave up on me too quickly. Miami, I was thrown into a terrible situation. Tampa, he went over there, was a practice squad quarterback, got a ring. Then now he joins the 49ers. It's true. Like, again, Josh Rosen has a lot to play for because, like you said, if he balls out in training camp, let's say he balls out in preseason, how many people wouldn't be saying, hey, let's send a 4th round, 5th round pick for him and see what we can do with him? Coaches always have that bravado, right? Let me get my hands on him. Let me fix him. I think we can do something with him. So it is imperative that he shows something because you're right. His career as anything, at least Jimmy Garoppolo, let's just say it doesn't go his way this year. He's still going to be on somebody's roster as a backup if that's how he gets viewed. I believe that if Josh Rosen doesn't show anything, I don't think people are going to want him as a backup. I don't think they're going to want him on their practice squad at all. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he competes. And it's a good point because he could become a trade chip. I mean, I understand that those 5th round, 6th round picks aren't valuable, but he still could be a trade chip if somebody else gets brave and they think that they could do something with him. So it's all up to him. At 24 years old, he's got a really good opportunity in front of him, and he's still very, very young. And then that's a really good point. I agree with you.
I kind of see him in a similar position as Jameis Winston with the Saints. I mean, they're both kind of statues with amazing arm talent who haven't had much success in the NFL. I don't know what Sean Payton's plan is for Jameis Winston. It seems like he's all in with Taysom Hill, but he also has this other side project in Jameis Winston, and Winston could end up being their starter, or he could end up being a trade chip because, again, it's like if you – from Sean Payton's perspective, from Kyle Shanahan's perspective, all you got to do is get a little bit of some good tape out with a quarterback, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a trade chip. Look what he did he didn't get to trade Teddy Bridgewater because he was a free agent, but still, Teddy Bridgewater's stock went through the roof in a month because he played well with Sean Payton. And I think
he didn't lose the same thing.
Exactly. The same thing could happen with Josh Rosen. If he played well for a month on a good offense with a good quarterback, with a good coach, you could trade him for maybe more than a 5th round pick. So all of it, yeah, this guy has a lot at stake. He could be out of the league entirely in 2 months, or he could be resurrecting it right now.
Situation matters, and that's exactly a really good point because you watched Teddy Bridgewater win 5 games and you couldn't even figure out how it happened in a row for the Saints, and then he went over to Carolina, and then you start to see the cracks when you're not in as a good a system. I mean, even though I really enjoy a Carolina system with what they've got going on over there, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Sean Payton was able to dial up what they needed to and just have him game manage, and again, that got him a starting job. Again, right now he's in camp competing for a job in Denver, Teddy Bridgewater. He's in, him and right. Drew Lock are going to be going back and forth unless they find a way to trade for Aaron Rodgers, which I don't think is going to happen. It's going to be one of those two guys. Both of those guys have the similar things going on, and Drew Lock is kind of like Josh Rosen as well too. Like, you don't show something this year, not many people are going to be, remembering you for anything than being able to put on at an elite level by Young Jeezy, which I thought it was really entertaining.
Really, really good. Absolutely. Yes. And again, Josh Rosen is on his 4th team because he couldn't elevate the play of terrible teams. On the Niners, he's not going to be asked to do that. He's going to be everything is going to elevate him, from the weapons to the coaching to everything. And if he still stinks, then he's out of the league. But if he doesn't, then teams are going to look at him and say, well, if Kyle could do something, maybe we have the same type of structure to help him as well. So Rosen has a lot. Rod says guys wouldn't trading Jimmy G for Cam Newton benefit both organizations? Then Belichick can bridge for Mac Jones, and Newton's style is closer to trade. What do you think?
My position, I feel like we get asked this question every week. I'm with it. I'm all in. But the comments, I'm not even going to look. I don't have the comments on, so I don't see them. But I guarantee you everybody's in there like, no way, no. But look, man, Cam Newton's going to be cheaper. Cam Newton still can score in this offense because of the run option. He scored, 11, 12 touchdowns on the ground. He can still be valuable. He can still teach Trey Lance some stuff. And like I said, last year, a lot of stuff was overblown with lack of weapons, with his shoulder injury, with, his accuracy issues coming back to the forefront, but they still won 7 games. They still won 7 games with Cam Newton. And it's not a bad thing, but just don't see the Patriots doing that just because Cam cost them nothing. Cam cost them nothing to have him there for $3 million. So,
and he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think they like him. He wants to know when you in Cali.
The 29th ish. I'm flying out early on the 29th, 7 a.m.
Okay. Devin to Sherman says, quick question. If Jimmy isn't their future, why not have him take a pay cut? Doesn't make sense. Why not do that? So they can make players.
Can't make them.
Yeah.
Can't make them. And if I had a job, right? Any job, and they said to me, we want you to do the same amount of work, but we want you to do it for less. I'm going to tell my boss, no, thank you.
No.
If you get a promotion, you get a raise, fine. Or if they're going to tell you we're going to take some stuff off your plate, like if they tell Jimmy we're going to make you a backup quarterback, and maybe, but I doubt it. Why would you give away guaranteed money? I would not, especially in this league, especially with the uncertainties of what's going on with him.
Only way you can make a player take a pay cut is if you go up to him and be like, "Look, you can either take a pay cut or we'll cut you."
Right.
If the Niners go up to Jimmy Garoppolo, if they did that to Jimmy G, he'd say, "Great, cut me."
Cut me. Mm-hmm.
Great.
I think so too.
I'd love to leave. Yep.
Yeah.
So the other way to get him to lower the cap number is to extend his contract, give him a signing bonus, and push some of that money back. They don't want to do that either because they're trying to get away from Jimmy Garoppolo, not commit themselves to him. So that's where they're at.
Yeah.
Good question.
Absolutely.